everyone, today I'm going to show you how I do my daily makeup routine using the Bare Minerals Startup Kit. I came across Bare Minerals about a year ago now and I've been using it ever since. I struggle really badly with my skin type because it's really oily and I get really bad breakouts, but I found since using Bare Minerals I get less breakouts and my skin is practically clear now, and it's also a lot less greasy, whereas before with other foundations I would be taking my makeup off at dinner time, reapplying it, and before, like when I got home from work, I would take it off again and reapply it if I was going out somewhere, and it's just not practical, it's time consuming, and it's also, I was feeling really self-conscious about myself, like, does my skin look greasy? People would point it out and I'd be so embarrassed, and I know it's something daft, but people who struggle with their skin will know how embarrassing it can be. And I found that with Bare Minerals, I can leave it on all day and the better it will look. So that's just so much more practical in a girl's life. You're not having to carry your makeup around with you everywhere. With the startup kit, it comes with quite a few products in there for the price. You get 3 makeup brushes, 2 foundations, a bronzer, and my absolute favourite product ever is the Mineral Veil, which I think is absolutely brilliant product. I cannot live without that now. It is the best thing ever. And there is also a primer in there, which I never used primer before, and now primer goes on all the time. It is great. You also get an instruction DVD on how to use it in the box, but I do mine a little bit different, so if you want to do yours the way I do mine, I thought I would share with you how I do it, so carry on watching. First, you're going to take the Prime Time Foundation Primer. Just apply a pea-sized amount, or maybe just a little bit more, on your finger. Rub together with your other hand and rub all over your face, and this is going to provide a nice base for your foundation to go onto. Next, take one of the foundations. I'm using Medium Beige from the Medium collection. The container has a seal that turns, so you're going to want to open that and tip it a small amount into the lid. Take your full Flawless face brush and swirl it around in the lid, then tap off any excess. I always apply my foundation from the outside in, so start by rubbing your brush in a circular motion on your jawline, working it upwards and inwards. You don't need to use too much product. I find the more you buff your face, the better the result. I probably tap a small amount into the lid about 3 times. Just keep swirling and tapping your brush in the lid to pick up any leftover residue. Continue to buff along your cheeks, eyes and nose area. It actually looks like I'm buffing pretty hard, but I'm not. I'm just going fast, especially on the eye area. You want to be really gentle. Next, you want to do your forehead. Make sure that the colour is blended into your hairline, as you don't want to have a ring around your head. However, I do find that with Bare Minerals, this doesn't happen very often as it does with liquid foundations. It blends really easily. Once I've done my forehead, I just quickly buff over the rest of my face, making sure I've not missed any areas, and like I said before, the more buffing you do, the better it will look. Next, take your Max Coverage Concealer brush, tap a small amount of the foundation into the lid and swirl this around. Tap off any excess, and you're going to want to just rub underneath your eyes and along your nose where the bigger brushes may have missed. And also, if you're like me and have dark circles under your eyes, this is going to help reduce those. After you've applied your foundation, you're going to take your bronzer, mine's in the colour Warmth. This is just going to add depth to your face, as the foundation may have left it a little flat looking. Just apply the smallest amount in the lid because it is very, very dark. You're going to then take your Flawless Face brush, swirl this around in the lid as before and tap off any residue. I then apply this underneath my cheekbones, giving a contoured effect, and this is going to add definition to your face. I then apply this to the sides of my forehead, and I'm also going to apply it underneath my jawline and on my neck. As with the foundation, you're going to want to keep buffing to get a better result. To make your nose appear smaller, take your brush and apply the bronzer down the sides of your nose. Next, take your Mineral Veil, and using that same Flawless Face brush, you're going to tap some in the lid, swirl and tap off any excess, and then you're going to buff this all over your face. I try to add the most to my nose area, in particular the T-zone area, and my cheeks where I may get a lot of oil. This is just going to absorb that for you, and it makes the makeup last all day. Now that you've finished all the steps in the startup kit, you're going to want to finish the look off. I'm using a blusher that Bare Minerals actually sent me as a free gift when I purchased off their website. You're going to take the smallest amount in the lid because they do come out really dark. I'm just using my Dior blush brush. You can use any blusher brush really, and applying this onto the apples of my cheeks. Next I'm going to infill my eyebrows. I'm using a small eyeshadow brush by Dior, but you can use any brush really as long as it's small. And I'm taking a dark brown colour from my Sleek palette, Storm 578. I always use an eyeshadow to infill my eyebrows as I find it gives a more natural look, and I don't really like to use the pencils as I just find that they can go smudgy and, like I said, they just don't look very natural. Next I'm applying this L'Oreal pencil eyeliner in Contour Kohl. I usually start on the outside and then go to the inner corners of my eye and drag the line across, but take your time as eyeliner can be a bit tricky. I'm next applying this white Jordana Cosmetics eyeliner to the waterline. This gives your eye a bigger look, and if you like to have a more closed look, then I suggest using the black eyeliner. Next, take your mascara. I'm using L'Oreal False Lash Telescopic. Usually I use Telescopic in Carbon Black, but they were sold out last time I went, so I wasn't happy. But this one's still quite good, and I would recommend it, but my favourite is the Carbon Black. Next I'm taking a nude lip gloss. This one I'm using is by Kelly Brook at New Look. And that is how I get my daily look using the Bare Minerals Startup Kit. Thank you for watching.